Hey, it's Vedant. This is LightsOn, my submission for the 2025 Swift Student Challenge. LightsOn is built all with SwiftUI and utilizes PencilKit and even Vision for hand tracking. Now, LightsOn is an interactive story app that demonstrates how quick action, smart thinking, and teamwork can help resolve issues and drive solutions even in stressful and critical times. Now, one thing about LightsOn and my favorite thing about it is that it's inspired by the Apple TV Plus show Severance. It tries to emulate a similar vibe to the show, something that's retro yet also futuristic at the same time, with bright and contrasting color, sharp edges, the font, and so much more. In fact, even on the introduction screen here, we see a reference to the show, "The work is mysterious and important." The story that also takes place is also customizable, so I can go ahead and enter my name here, and then hit start to go into the story. So this takes us to the dashboard, where you can see we're playing the role of the deputy manager in this story. Immediately, there's a power failure. You notice the background disappeared, the manager is messaging us, all of the power overview is all red, and there's 3 active alerts. So we need to restore this quick. Everything is kind of going wrong right now. So to continue the story, let's tap on the message from the manager. We can see that it's urgent, and we're prompted to go to the Power app to restore functionality to the office and turn everything back on. So let's go ahead and open the Power app. So you'll notice before I turn on Power, and if I try and open another app like the Refine app or the Mapping app, it brings up an error message. Now this error message is also inspired by the show, popping up when a character would refine numbers incorrectly. Anyways, let's get back to the Power app and restore the power. So you can see here the 3 main things that need power restored: main power, MDR terminals, and the break room. These are also, of course, references to the show as well. So let's get the power turned back on. And you'll notice that the lights come back on. The app comes back to life, power is restored, and everything is functional once again. This finishes the main story, and now the user is free to explore other experiences in LightsOn. So if we go ahead and exit out of this, you'll notice the dashboard is much calmer now. There's no more active messages or alerts, and the power overview is all green. So it's much more calmer than it was than when we started. Now on the left in the sidebar are all the other experiences in LightsOn. Messages and power were used to complete the story. This is how communication took place, and power was used to turn the power back on. At the bottom, the restart button allows you to restart the story and the experience. The settings app contains, well, actual settings for hand tracking in the Refine experience, and the info app contains information about all the experiences that are in this app. So switching gears, let's go to the Countdown app. Now this is a nod to the Swift Student Challenge and WWDC itself. I've always loved to include a countdown in my submissions. Normally I'd do a countdown to WWDC itself, but at the time of recording the dates had not been announced, so I did the next best thing and did a countdown to June. Now going to the mapping experience. The mapping experience takes full advantage of Apple Pencil and PencilKit. One of the big topics in the show is mapping hallways and really trying to understand what Lumen is up and doing. In this case, I can take my Apple Pencil or my finger with full PencilKit integration, so I can pick colors. You can see my Pencil Pro hovers on the screen. I can use this little space here to draw out any hallways or things like that. I can also clear it with the button right here, and yeah. Now the Refine experience is my favorite for this year. Refining is what the characters actually do in the show. They try and clear the scary numbers. In LightsOn, you can actually use hand tracking thanks to Apple Vision to refine these numbers. I'll put up a video on screen right now since a screen recording doesn't really do it justice. As you can see, I don't have to touch the iPad at all. I can just wave my hand in front of the iPad and I can clear the numbers that need to be refined. So in the Refine view, there's 2 ways to do it. The first is by tapping on the number itself, and that'll change to a different number. And the second is with hand tracking, as mentioned. As you can see, numbers kind of hover and animate, and again, I'm not touching my iPad at all here. So like the characters when they move their cursor on the show, the numbers around the cursor move and hover and animate. So I wanted to recreate something similar. So my index and thumb are being tracked right now, and as I get closer to the number that needs to be refined, it gets, well, refined, and it changes to a different number. So we can go here, and keep refining. Again, I'm not touching my iPad at all. I'm just using hand tracking here. So there you have it. LightsOn has been super fun to build. It's inspired by one of my all-time favorite TV shows, Severance. I was really inspired by the design of the show. It's really something that truly is fascinating, and I love the vibe that it creates. I've had so much fun making this for the 2025 Swift Student Challenge. The hand tracking and the Refine experience is such a fun way to interact with the app. With that being said, you can check out and experience the story of LightsOn and refine numbers for yourself with hand tracking with the Swift Playground, which is in the GitHub link in the description below. Thank you so much for watching.